would help if we were recording this. So if you go back to this, so that tower is here, and it's about 2.5, maybe 3 stories. Weirdly sort of pitched roof. You wouldn't, there's nothing on the roof that you could get onto. It's got like a spike. It's kind of conical on the roof. But then there's another area over here that's flat. It's sort of like just covered. It looks like there may have been a second floor there, but that second floor was blown off. Everywhere else has some variation to levels and stuff like that, but not much. And it's completely open to the sky. So all of this in this area in the middle is sort of open. There's no roof. There's no intervening floor. Everything's open. Over here and over here by the 2 red X's are where there are 2 more of those Drake riders. Now, Storm said that she saw Drakes. She also saw riders. They were mounted. So you're not sure if they were outriders. The guy you interrogated basically said, look, we're running sorties around here to make sure everything's okay. And make sure nobody's following us. And then we discovered you guys. But we really didn't expect, he was like, we really didn't expect to find anybody way the hell out here in the middle of nowhere. We expected to be able to hunt this succubus without much interference. What he also told you is that the succubus has been, frankly, holding her own. He told you guys that she's holed up in that tower, that sort of the conical top tower, the big one. She's holed up in there and has been basically keeping everyone at bay since they got there about 2-3 days ago. He told you when they first got there, they attacked en masse. They've got Drake riders. They've got some other demons. They've got the hag herself, who's no slouch, and they were just frankly rebuffed. Basically, he said, look, there is some sort of protective barrier around that tower where she's inside, and it's very difficult for us to get in there. In fact, we can't get in there. So we've been sort of just like hanging out, waiting for her to make a mistake, figure out a way to get in, that kind of stuff. We haven't found anything yet, but she's killed several of our guys. So now it's sort of a bit of a Mexican standoff. She can't get out, but so far we can't get in. So the hag is trying to figure out how to take down whatever it is this protective field that's protecting her. But in the meantime, they've just basically got the place under surveillance to make sure that she doesn't slip out the back in the dark of the night. And it's been a sort of a standoff up until now. So that's what Storm would tell you. Storm saw, the 2 Drake riders, the 2 sort of towers. There's a courtyard outside of the tower, which Storm would reply has sort of like there's bodies in it. But other than that, it looked empty. But Storm also said there is some sort of demon here. The main sort of approach or entrance to the building, or at least when it was a building, was right here. And there's still Storm would tell you, there's still a working portcullis there. But there's also like a little anteroom right here next to it, and there's a dude in there, and Storm was definitely of the mind that this guy was watching the front gate.
Is there any other way to get in since this place does not have a roof?
Well, I mean, you could get in via air, but anything approaching of any size is going to draw those Drake riders. And an aerial battle, between Storm, maybe somebody riding Storm, and Siggy, it's not going to go as well as hope. It's up to you guys. Is there a way that you guys think that you can get in there from the air without somehow provoking the Drake riders? And the one Drake rider that you guys captured and interrogated, he basically said, look, they're not gonna both rise up. They're gonna suspect a trap. They're very the hag is very paranoid. You gotta understand, these guys work in the world wound, man. With demons, there's demons everywhere. So they've got on their back. But the idea of like overflying this and drawing off both of those Drake riders, not gonna happen. They'll suspect a trap. They'll send one, but they won't send both. But then it'll put everybody on high alert.
How about these walls going around, especially back over this direction?
They're stone. They're about, in some cases between 8 and 10 feet. They're mostly intact. Let me take a look here. So yeah, I mean they're pretty intact. There's some trees and shrubbery on there's a couple on the north side here. I'll draw them here so you guys can see. Hold on. And we'll do those in green. Trees are green, right? There's trees. So there's some like trees here sort of next to this tower. There's another one over here by the corner, another one by this corner. They're not so much, and there's one over here. So there's a couple in the corner, and then there's one over here sort of by the, it's not exactly by the tower, but it's close to the tower. And then there's some like foliage over here. So, you know, there is some foliage there. They're trees, but they're pretty dead. They are taller than the wall, in all the cases, except
for what I was looking for. Is you said this place was kind of like, especially back here, walls were blown down and stuff, and so I was just looking for.
Well, not blown down. I mean, the outer wall is pretty intact. The only place that theoretically you could maybe get to is there's a spot right here, and let me put a square on it just so you guys can see better. There's a spot like right here. See that blue?
Yep.
Okay, so there is a staircase going up next to the thing. So the staircase, it's on the outside. So it's like sort of passes in between the walls. So there's like a staircase right here going up, and it's sort of in between the outer wall here and the outer wall here. There's like a little space. The top of it is probably 8 feet off the ground, and there's like a little ledge, maybe 5 foot across, and there's some rubble there. It's really hard to see, but it's there. And the staircase goes down into the courtyard. And it is technically open, but the top of it, I mean, you know what I'm saying is like you'd have to like get up 8 feet onto this little ledge, and then you could walk down the stairs into the courtyard. But it's very small, very tight. The stairs themselves would probably provoke squeeze rules if you got attacked them.
So the stairs are on the inside or the outside?
They're in between. So they're like, I'm going to draw it down here so it's a little bit. So you got an outer wall. Here, let me make it a better color. So what it looks like from the sky, if you're looking at it from the sky, is you've got an outer wall here, right? So this is the outer wall, 5 foot thick, 5 to 8 foot thick, 8 to 10 feet tall. Then you have the other outer wall that comes here and goes around the corner, right? And then you have what you have here is you have like a little sort of like land, like a ledge, and then the stairs go here.
So from the outside, you can get on this ledge and then just walk up these stairs.
And you just walk down into the sort of the courtyard around the tower.
Okay, so it's meant for someone from the inside to walk up these stairs and get to this ledge, and then be 10 feet off the ground, looking outside.
Right.
Okay.
It's very small and frankly pretty hard to spot. This little area here is maybe 5 by 5, and it's right up next to where the tree is. So this tree here is like right here. Hold on. Is like right here. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
A lot of this is not to scale, but it's like right there. So this is actually sort of the tree that's on the corner, but it's really close to this little ledge. Where it almost obscures it. In fact, to a casual observer, it would absolutely be hard to see.
So could we approach from this side? Actually, it'd be up further, but, approach from this land?
Yeah, I mean, that's east. That's the direction in which you're coming from. So you are east of this place.
I'm just thinking this is the safe zone we were talking about that they can't get into.
Right.
If we can get something, there's stairs right here that's real close to the safe zone, then we bypass this dude right here and whatever else was in there.
Honestly, the fact that these stairs seem to be unguarded might be indicative of that those stairs go directly into the safe zone. Because remember, the guy said that they can't get close to the tower.
Oh, right.
If this force field that somehow is emanating out of the tower is going into the courtyard, which the guy said it was, and there are bodies in the courtyard, maybe the bottom of the steps is inside the forbidden zone.
Mike, if like Storm could get me to that spot, I could establish a beachhead for the party and hold on until others can arrive. But I don't know how. I don't know how. I mean, we don't have any siege equipment to come running up to the wall and climb up to that spot.
Well,
So I don't know how we're going to fly in otherwise.
Here's problem number 2. This Drake Rider is maybe 20 feet, 25 feet from that landing.
So he would see you approaching there easy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I would assume that if this would not be a stealth mission. This would be establishing a beachhead and fighting our way into the succubus and forming a plan to break out Butch Cassidy and Butch Cassidy Sundance style. Well, maybe a happier ending than that one, but
No, this is late night. It's gonna be the same ending.
Can we create some kind of a distraction for the Northeast Drake Rider and just lure him away?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, the old distraction, eh?
Wasn't that what we were doing with Storm?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think you decided against it. You talked to the one Drake Rider before you let him go, and basically he said, look, they're awfully paranoid there. You might be able to pull one Drake Rider away, but the other Drake Rider would stay, and it would put everybody else in the place on high alert if that happened.
Right.
As alone as these people. So what he told you guys, what he would have told you if I didn't actually say the words, was that he would have told you that the hag knew somebody was tracking her. She didn't know who. She sent us back to kind of like check it out. And we reported that there were people, coming across the desert. And she ordered us to sort of wipe you guys out, and that's why we attacked. So they know that you're out here, so they're paranoid. They're thinking that maybe somehow, some way, the succubus called for aid. Although she doesn't think it. She thought you guys might be demons at first, coming to try and get the succubus before she could, because there's a pretty substantial bounty on this succubus's head now. But right. So she thought initially that you guys were a cadre of demons.
Or competition.
Yeah, competition. But once the original Drake Riders had overflew you guys a couple of times, said, no, it's a bunch of like humans and stuff, and elves. She was like, oh, this is not happening. And that's when she ordered the Drake Riders to attack you guys. That, as we all know, did not go as planned.
So yeah,
I was super out of it last time. What was the resolution with that Drake Rider? As I recall, he gave he disappeared on us, right?
Yeah, we were making plans, and basically you made a deal with him that we could not uphold.
Right.
He figured out that we could not uphold our end. So one of the times we weren't looking at him, he just walked up, touched his Drake, and then did the whole I dream of shake his head.
Refresh me. What part could I not uphold?
That we could break whatever spell was keeping him beholden to the hag.
Well, we said we'd have to axe her, right? So.
But then that wasn't it, because I think that sent him back or something.
That would have sent him back, and he didn't want to go back.
The question was whether or not we could be 100% certain of being successful at Dispel Magic, and the answer was no.
Right.
Like we asked him if he'd read Pathfinder rules. There's no certain anything. Okay. Yes, I recall that Flashheart was a little too optimistic on that one, but sorry about that.
In the end, I think he was just biding his time and trying to figure out a way to get left alone long enough to teleport away.
Which we gave him.
Plans to follow up and find him in hell and do battle with him there.
Well, I mean, the mages among you would certainly have assumed that he teleported away.
Yeah.
I mean, most demons have teleportability.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
His Drake was pretty messed up, so I'm assuming we're not going to see him for a while. But I guess we'll find out.
Do any of us have the ability to create any kind of illusion at all?
I'm fresh out. Oh wait, I just can't do that.
Was that Bardos who could do that? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that. Let's ask Bardos to do that.
Yeah, come on, somebody put a call on to Bardos.
Bardos.
Robo Bardos.
So that's kind of where it stands. I
And
mean,
if anyone's interested, Bardos is still alive, and the rat knows what direction he's in.
so one of the things, yeah. So So as far as Baru is concerned, Bardos is still alive, and even further, as you guys have gone, and let's go to the map.
Oh, so Baru actually knows where he's at specifically?
Well, no, not
No,
specifically.
he knows
That's
what direction.
a general direction. We're going to help the succubus because she supposedly knows exactly where this thing is.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna find Bardos.
Baru came out with the exact spot. Then okay, I got it though.
We're not gonna find Bardos in like a 50 Shades of Grey dungeon in the succubus's lair, are we?
You're not supposed to read the mantra, dude.
Well, he didn't read that far, though.
He didn't read that far.
that before?
So Baru,
The
you
imagery is
remember, told you guys. So as you guys were traveling, along this sort of like meandering purple path as you guys went east to try and as you guys were tracking the hag to see if it could lead you to the succubus, which you did.
Wouldn't that be west? Wouldn't that be west?
West. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys traveled west, away from Citadel Drazen. When you were in this square over here, it was then just outside of the square in which that you think is the succubus is where the succubus is at. That Baru claimed that always when she would seek out Bardos in the psychic fields. He was always south and west, but once you guys came into this square, it was more due south, and then the further west you went, it was south and east. So you've sort of almost kind of gotten a little bit of triangulation going on in that everything before here it was south and west. Everything here and further west is south and now a little east. Yeah, so maybe somewhere down in there.
So somewhere in here, probably.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's what Baru would tell you.
Okay.
I have a strange idea, maybe. I picked up a spell called Sylvan Hideaway,
Okay.
which would allow us basically to create kind of like a spider trap, you know, the ones that have a little trapdoor in the ground.
Okay.
It would hold all of us, including Storm, everybody. And we could cast spells from there and maybe create serious havoc where we want the havoc so that we could begin trying to sneak in and up the stairs. I mean, it just gets us close but hidden so that we can
Does it move?
put it wherever. We'd have to come in at the darkness of night. We'd have to try and sneak in, stealth in. I'd have to stealth in and set it up. But
Except all my magic is all buff magic. I'm very much a support mage. I don't have really any offensive spells. My spells are all about making the fighters and my Eidolon better. It's pretty much that's my thing.
I have summoned Nature's Ally. Get some animals and creatures in the fray. Stone Call, not very effective, but definitely distracting.
Les, is that you redecorating?
Yeah.
We're a frontal assault kind of group, though. It seems to me like
That's a good point, Gordon. I like, he makes a compelling argument.
to get one of the flying creatures to come after us, and at least we can knock out one of them. I mean, they're going to be on high alert once we get there anyway. There's no way we're
Right.
stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I don't
not
see us doing
We're
stealth
not gonna
that
be
well.
stealth. We're not going to
So-
stealth.
There's an awful lot of metal armor in your party for a really good stealth operation.
We could send Gato in 24 hours early and see how he fares, and then if we don't hear back from him, then we can do a frontal assault.
What?
He did do a number on those salamanders. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
that's what I'm saying. He did great.
I can enlarge Storm and send her in there and then try and pull one back to where we're hiding. Actually, do you remember that
It's a
hiding thing might be a good idea to just put somewhere. That way we can all hide inside of it, and then Storm can pull it back and then drop on the ground like she's going to make her last stand and give them confidence to come down and come after her, and then we all jump out and pound on the thing.
That sounds mean.
So you're saying you like it?
Let's do it.
So
Let's do it.
so it's
Sounds like a start. And maybe we'll get lucky and more than just one of the riders will follow her.
Not holding my breath, but like Gordon said, if we can just get one, that's one less we have to deal with when we get there.
Yeah.
And they're going to be on high alert anyway, so it doesn't matter. They already know we're here.
Yeah.
You could hide the people that aren't very defensive inside this space.
I would hide all of them, because if I bring a dragon rider back and there's like 15 people on the ground,
right,
the dragon rider's going to say, "Screw this."
I just meant like once the combat started, we could leave the.
I'm not going to jump in the middle of this, but if the dragon rider thinks that it's just one or two people and they can take them out easily,
right,
then I think they'll close and engage.
Well, now, keep in mind that you guys have been overflown by 2 Drake riders like 3 separate days. And it was only on the last of those days that they attacked. So I think you can be pretty confident in the idea that they know how many of you are there. At least how many of you there were before the Drake riders went to go attack.
They won't know what happened to the ones that are missing.
They don't know what happened to the ones that are missing, no.
Falling out, or...
And so they don't know if they kind of half wiped us out and there's only a couple of us left still making our way this way. Which Storm could be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of distractions, maybe we can set up a camp with a big blazing fire somewhere out there, and then disappear from that, where they think we are and we're elsewhere. I don't know if that would work or not. It depends how far we have to sneak to get to this location.
So from the place where you guys were attacked by the Drake riders, it is about 3 to 3.5 miles away. So it's sort of across the border.
Okay,
if we go back to this, remember, here is where you guys found the dead Drake and the place where the rider had gone into the scorched area. The place where you guys were attacked was kind of like right
about in the border.
Was right about here, yeah. So these hexes are only, and I can't remember. Oh, they're only 12 miles across. So
Right.
yeah, so this is maybe 3 miles into the 3.5 miles into the thing. You guys were attacked right on the border of hexes, right about there. And so it's about 3.5 to 4 miles into the new hex.
Remember what was really effective against the Drakes and the Drake riders, and what wasn't? Seems like there was heavy magic.
Once we get them on the ground, our melee guys are very effective against them.
Yeah.
When they're in the air.
Wasn't there magic?
Well, Storm knocked the guy off of his.
Yeah.
I mean, one way you guys.
Really good.
Yeah, that's what happened. I knew something.
Yeah,
It seems like my arrows weren't hitting. Like
I kind of gambled and thought that I could do it, and it actually, the dice rolls worked out that it worked.
What the hell is that?
So yeah, I think, you know what? If I were to go with Storm, a little bitty wussy mage on what looks to be a small dragon, that Drake rider might think that, oh, okay, I can take these two. Like I said, I'm concerned that once we bring the guy back, if he sees 5 or 6 or 7 guys on the ground, he's going to say, "Screw that! I'm outnumbered. I'm not even going to engage."
So how do you get close enough to provoke the Drake rider to leave his perch so that the melee guys can get either close or in there without him seeing them? I mean, it's a bit of a
I've got a heavy crossbow. I can have her fly me over there, and then just, if he doesn't want to come after us just from seeing us, then I'll start shooting at him. He doesn't have to know that I can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. So I mean, it's like
you're going to get him to land. I mean, if we're all hidden and you like.
Yeah, if you're all hidden in that thing and that spell you've got, then I will take off flying, and then I don't know if we'll fake injury or just whatever. Just I'll stop, and basically she'll top and spin like, okay, we've had enough of this. We're gonna, make a final stand.
Well, keep in mind,
it'll be right next to that spider.
He's got a lance, and they can do flyby attack.
Yep.
So if you land, that's probably what they would do.
You were attacking the guys, and they've got a much better armor class.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
The Drakes had the lower armor class.
Okay.
So if you want to try to neutralize something, get the winged beast, and then we can fight the fighter on the ground.
So you could fake a wipeout, and that would keep them in our general area doing flybys. if you couldn't, I mean, actually trying to do what you did before, Mike, that was a beautiful thing. And then,
yeah, I could add a few more numbers to my die if I enlarge Storm first. And that might be the thing. I might just do Storm by herself, let her go try and provoke him if she can, then bring him back close to us, and then she'll just engage him in the air, and she won't try to attack. She'll just be trying to knock that guy off.
Okay. If she can do that, what are the rest of you going to do?
Be hidden until the guy.
If I recall correctly, I think you guys were going to use the Sylvan spell to sort of hide in like a spider trap. And you know what I'm imagining is, you remember that part in Red Dawn where the young girl sort of runs across the thing, and then everybody pops out of the girl. All the guys pop out of these little holes in the ground that they had camouflage and just like wipe these dudes out. That's what I was.
That's kind of what we're hoping.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Somebody haste Farina so she can get an extra arrow.
Yeah, if I let Storm go by herself, I can cast haste.
Okay.
And I can hit 7 people with it. So.
And how long does it last? Will we have a chance to use it?
It lasts 7 rounds. So I wouldn't do it until
they're coming back.
In fact, I'd probably time it to where I'd have her fly by pretty low.
Then hit me.
And as soon as she gets right next to us within range, I'd cast it so it hits her and everyone or all the melee guys in the.
Now it's an extra dimensional space, so I don't know if it's an extra dimensional underground space. So technically, I don't think it'd go through the ground and hit them, right, Les? Because they're in a different dimension. Any of us that are in the space.
No, you'd have to pop out.
Yeah, we'd have to all pop out and then have you hit us.
I want to save that for the main confrontation. Anyway, how many times can you do that?
Yeah,
Mike?
just thinking of
I've got.
Would you rather use it for other things, or?
I've got 3 more I can do if that's all I do out of my 2nd level spells.
What else do you do at 2nd level?
Bark skin, full strength, see invisibility.
Keep 1 for see invisibility just in case.
Yeah, Wes likes that move.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
No, I don't at all. Don't prepare for that. You don't need it.
As he changed tactics on one thing.
Yeah, he's like, actually, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Okay, so you want to do that then?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So
then we'll hike our way up to within a half a mile to a mile from this place.
Okay.
And then that's when we'll do the basically so we can see it, but we're so far off that no one can really see us or at least see any details of,
Okay.
And then we'll do the hide thing. I'll enlarge Storm and send her off.
All right. So are you going to be riding her?
No.
Or no? Okay.
If she goes there and can't provoke them by herself, then she'll come back. I'll jump on her and then go with the bow and start shooting at them.
All right. So basically, you're to send her there to be as provocatory as possible, draw out this Drake Rider, and then you guys will draw him over some space about a mile away. At which point you as a collective will launch some sort of
attack.
Some sort of nuclear strike.
Yep.
All right. I get what Storm's doing. What are the rest of you doing? You're a mile and a half away from the
I don't want to be that far. I want to be far enough, or close enough where we can see the building.
Okay.
But just not far enough where someone in the building looking out can see, oh, there's 7 people, and all of a sudden, all but one of them just,
look at all those people.
I'm going to be casting a couple spells on myself as we go. Barkskin and Gravity Bow, basics.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm preparing this fight.
But
So
I won't do that until I see them coming back, on the way back.
okay.
Hey, come on, Dale. Dale.
Okay, Don, I forgot to tell you, I watched that movie. I have no idea why you liked it that much to name your pets after it.
Tucker and Dale against Evil?
Yeah.
That movie was a riot.
I thought it was funny, but not enough to name my pets after.
Well, so this is not an uncommon feeling when Don recommends movies. So you know how Don loves that movie, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead?
Yes!
I watched that movie. I did not understand what was so funny about it.
I have to agree with Les on this one. Sorry.
I love that movie.
It has got some high-powered acting talent in there, and I'm just like, what in the fuck are these guys doing? It makes zero. Richard Dreyfuss is in it, and it's just like, he's like a perverted sauna guy.
He's a thespian.
I know, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I tried to watch it. I got about 3/4 of the way through. I was like, I give up on this thing. I had to give up on it. I don't get it.
I once watched an interview with Richard Dreyfuss. So they're asking why he was in the new Poseidon Adventure movie. He says, "Well, at the time, they offered me an obscene amount of money. As it happened, I needed it."
I needed an obscene amount of money? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like trying to, like say it's not true art or whatever to be in that movie. He's like, dude, they're paying me bank.
Well, that's like the whole Nicolas Cage story, right? So Nicolas Cage, well, he's in everything now, every shitty piece of crap movie that comes down the pike. And it's because like his,
2008, right?
But it was like 3 different kinds of financial nightmare struck him at the same time.
Yeah,
like
2008 melted down.
Got divorced, invested in some sort of crazy real estate scam that went belly up, and his like accountant robbed him blind. So he was like poor. And he's like, I'll take anything. That was in Moonstruck.
Make $20 million a year.
Yeah, that was in Moonstruck.
Just to keep above. He was in Con Air. Forget Moonstruck. Con Air is the classic.
Good point. He was in Con Air. How much money did National Treasure make? $1 bazillion, something like that?
Put the bunny back in the box. I love me some Con Air. Oh, and Face Off with The Rock. And The Rock.
Yeah. Face Off, a great movie.
None of them are as good as Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
All right, we're muting you for 10 minutes.
In the timeout box.
All right. So Ilindar enlarges Storm. A Storm gets all bulky and roided out, and off she goes into the distance with the instructions to provoke and bring and drag him back here. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put us back over on what I have is Wasteland number 1.
That's what we have too.
They find this terrain familiar. All right, and so what I have is Ilindar and Storm over here. So I just got everybody on the page here as well. So let's assume that Storm, being Storm, is easily provocatory enough to get this Drake Rider to start falling towards it. Now, how fast does Storm go? So this is an interesting question.
She goes 60.
60. So let me just take a quick look and see how fast Drake Riders go.
They're probably faster.
They're probably faster. That could be a problem for you. Okay.
Storm's not really worried.
well, she might be worried. These guys are not pushovers, dude.
She doesn't think she can drop both of them pretty quick, but she's also fairly certain they can't drop her fairly quick.
Fly 60 feet. Okay, so they're at the same speed, the same delta V. So, okay, so if Storm wants to, she can allow the guy to get closer. I'm assuming that she's going to be very provocatory and like slow down a little bit and speed up and that kind of stuff. So at the point where they enter your airspace, for lack of a better term, she's flying east at top speed. He's about 150 feet behind her, also flying due east at top speed.
Okay, where is everybody on the ground? Actually,
well, so everybody can be on the ground where they want to be on the ground, and I'm curious as to what you guys are doing.
We're all in the same spot because we're all hiding in that space.
So you guys are all going to be in this extra-dimensional spider hole. Do I got that more or less correct?
I mean, I can be out as like bait, but
what's the name of this?
This is like Saddam's bolt hole we're in.
Kinda, yeah. What's it called? Sylvan
I'm sorry, Les. Hang on. I'll get it to you. Sylvan Hideaway.
Hideaway.
3rd level.
All right.
I don't think Illendor should be bait if we're going to put somebody out there, somebody with a good armor.
That sounds like an elf pickup line at a local tavern.
One.
They'd come over to my
Maybe we should put like,
hideaway.
Extra dimensional space room is. So according to this, however, it creates an extra dimensional underground space large enough to comfortably hold 2 creatures of any size per caster level. Okay. Your caster level is 6?
7.
7? All right. So 12, you can hold 12 people. All right. I'm just going to put it where. Show me where on the map you want to put this thing. Like in the ground.
Gordon, can you pull the map out so I can?
Like on the wheel?
Somewhere in the middle.
I don't know where it is relative to the tower. I'm sorry, I was really out of it last week. I had some.
Oh, this is just an open.
This is a generic thing. Wherever I'd put it in the middle, and Storm would be.
How about right there, right on top of the old wheel.
Fine.
Do that okay with you?
Sure.
All right. So everybody, I'm going to move everybody real quick.
How far is that from the tower then?
From the tower, far. It's very far. You're a mile and a half away.
Okay.
We're closer than that. We get to where we can see the place. We just.
Oh, you want to have this within sight of the villa.
Where we can see the villa is a tiny little speck or a tiny little thing on the horizon. I want to be able to see it, but not have them.
Oh, a mile away would be. You could. Well. All right. So now we're talking about. Hold on. Now we have to do math, which I hate.
Okay, forget it. Let's just make it a mile and a half.
Hold on. I have math work stuff. We can make this work. Hypotenuse calculator. Okay.
Wait, can you calculate in the leagues then, please?
My hypotenuse calculator will not work. So I'm going to say, so if the tower is 30 foot tall and it's relatively unobstructed ground, hold on. How far can you see a 30-foot tower? How far away can you see a tall building? Okay, here we go.
When I was 25, I could see it from a long way away, but now that I'm all 50, it's not so good much.
The radius. Okay, so D equals the square root of. Hold on, I've got this. This is going to be great. We're going to use actual physics. It's going to be fun. So I love adding science. So the formula is distance equals the square root of 2 times the radius of the Earth times the height. So
Hey, Les,
yep.
This is more just. I want to be able to see the thing as it lifts off Kamat and comes after us, but I don't want to be. I don't want them at the building to be able to count us and see exactly what's going on other than.
All right, hold on.
Yeah. How far away can you see a person? That's kind of my question.
Well, so I'm almost there. And then let's say 30 feet equals, and then times 2 equals square root. Hold on a second. Square root. So, and then we divide that by 5,260. How many feet in a mile?
Sure, 5260.
5620?
Or that.
5,260? Whatever. It's got to be close to that. All right, so the tower is visible from about 6.5 miles away. God, I wish I had taken more math when I was in college. I got to be honest with you.
Should have taken more in high school, Les.
Yeah, more than anything.
Well, all right, if we're already a mile and a half away, then that's where we'll do it. Mile and a half away.
All right, yeah, you can easily see the tower from a mile and a half away. All right, so you guys are in this thing. You guys are a mile and a half away. You see, you guys are peeking out, I'm assuming, and you see Storm coming, ripping through, due east.
I think,
the creature behind her. Whoosh, whoosh. What do you guys do?
I think we'll have Flashheart out as bait, and Storm's going to land next to him and just turn like they're going to make their final stand together.
All right, Flashheart, put yourself on the map. Move yourself to the map where you want to make this very ugly final stand.
And make it fairly close to that thing.
This bloody place. Right there?
No, really close to this thing.
Where is the?
Well, these are 5 foot squares, so I mean, he's only about, 30
when you
feet
say
away?
close to the thing, do you mean the circle or do you mean something else?
Like close, like right here, or
He means
I mean really close. Yeah.
Mike, are
Alright,
you
fine.
still going to do haste?
There I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I want him really close.
There I
Really
am.
close.
I'm right there.
All right,
And
so
then, I will. I'll get
You got
my shield
radiance
out
out
the
kind of
back.
thing?
I got. Yeah, I'm gonna put radiance up to 11.
okay,
I'm gonna do it slow mo Jedi style though.
okay. So you're standing out there. You got your shield up. The holy symbol of Iomade, prominent among them. You're out there in your armor. You've got radiance out, and you're like, "Come to me, Drake Rider, you bastard!" And Storm is coming out. So several people have mentioned that they're going to do some things. Fletcher, you're aligning your sword good. I'm assuming.
correct.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout a quick prayer to Iomade, saying either I'm gonna do something magnificent for her or I'll be seeing her real soon.
All right. Let's just roll initiative here real quick. Not that you guys are already in initiative, but let's roll it just so I have a process here.
Do we have any bonuses, any buffs that would help to initiative? No.
Nope.
I don't know.
Hey, that's a decent one for me.
Oh, good.
Okay. 24. Lothar was a 21. Very nice.
All right.
Seriously?
Fletch.
That's almost 3 times better than you did. Wow. Gordon will not be rolling for us tonight.
Yeah, I think you need to take over there.
Wow.
All the way with
Those are solid. So I'm assuming the 8
Llama.
is I almost said Lama. That's Farina.
Farina. And then
You got those out of the way anyway. Now it'll all be 20s.
do you want our buffs now, Les, too?
1 second. Let me get everybody down here. Am I missing anybody? Lothar, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 of us? Chuck, Ellen, Matt.
Yeah, 7 of us.
Jennifer. There's 7 of us. Okay, great. Yes.
Unless
So
Mike, Shane, and Scott are showing up.
yeah, I don't think they will be. So Fletcher, you're aligning weapon good.
Well, I was doing that while we were in there. I'm not doing that as my first act.
No. I'm just saying there's your whatever long-term buffs you guys are going to do.
Yeah,
let me
that's
know
fine.
as you prep. So did you align good because it says dragon scale?
I'm using the dragon scale to align my
Gotcha. I forgot about
the
that. Okay.
hammer is already holy. I'm just making sure my sword is too.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. What other buffs are being thrown around so willy-nilly in that hole?
I'm casting Bless.
Bless on everybody from that. Okay, good.
I'm going to give guidance to Flashheart.
Okay.
What does that do?
+1 one time.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Anybody else?
We're about to get haste.
Yeah, as soon as Storm touches down, Ilnar's casting haste.
Okay. Storm is. I mean, you guys are. I'm imagining this is those little red dawn traps. You guys are like peeking out. You see them coming. And Storm is rock and rolling here, and she kind of like does a quick sort of circle around the hole and lands off to Flashheart's side. Plops down on the ground.
Yeah, she's gonna land like right there.
Yeah, face the creature. You can move her if you want to get her in the position that you want her to be in.
Yes, I took bark skin for myself and gravity bow and rapid shot too, just so you know. I don't know if you are writing that down or.
Yeah, I am. So you cast bark skin and gravity bow.
Mm-hmm. And I'm taking advantage of my rapid shot feat.
Does rapid shot go with haste?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, she's gonna end up with 3 attacks.
All right, so you guys land. This guy's coming down. This is not typical behavior. Okay, so Storm went over there, provoked him to the thing. He came up. He comes over, and sees Storm sort of wheel around, plop down on the ground, and sitting next to Storm is a guy in Iomedaean armor holding aloft a glowing sword. This is not normal. This is not a normal sort of thing. So he is going to roll a bluff check. You are bluffing him. You guys have to roll a bluff check. He has to roll a sense motive check.
All those do?
Yep. Or, well, no. I mean, it's going to be one roll for the team. And I think it probably would be you. You're bluffing him of the idea of that this is
everything's fine.
Crap.
Well, bluff's based on charisma, so I actually have a chance here.
All right, hold on. Let me sense motive. Ooh, boy, this is so. If there's anybody that can aid him, this would be the time to do it. Because I'll tell you right now, he has plus 12 sense motive.
I'll aid him.
And so here's the thing. If he senses a trap, frankly, I think you got a 50-50 chance of him.
That was my aid roll.
Okay, so you get aided. That's plus 2.
All right, you're in it. So the thing Jennifer gave me, I can use now.
No, it's.
You can use guidance for that. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
No help from Lothar the Red.
There we go. 18.
18. All right. So that's
That's 20. That's 20. Right?
20 is your bluff roll.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Here's his sense motive roll.
The gentleman's 20.
Oh,
you son of a bitch.
He thinks it's a trap. All right. Because he's a demon, and because he is therefore chaotic and therefore subject to whimsy, I'm going to roll a percentile, and I'll let you guys call it. High is land, low is turn back. Or you guys decide which one is what is high, what is low. It's either land or turn back.
High is land.
I agree. That's what I was thinking too.
High is land. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Land.
All right.
All right. So he is going to land. Actually, he's not going to land. What he's going to do is do his flyby attack. So he is going to hold on. Where was he?
Should I get my Jedi strike here? Is that what?
All right. He is going to
try to javel me.
A double move is 120 feet. So he is going to double move to here, and to right there. And you can see that he has his lance out, and he is prepared. He's coming. So basically, he's coming. They were at probably 40 or 50 feet in height when they flew over. So Storm kind of descends and kind of loops around where you guys are and lands on the ground. Sort of like skids and throws up a little dust. Flashheart is there. Ha ha! Come to me, you bastards! This guy begins to see that. And you can see he's trying to figure out what to do because he sees Flashheart. He's wondering. He's like, this smells like a trap. He rolls the sense motive. He thinks, man, this is definitely a trap. But his chaotic nature got the better of him, and he's still going to try to.
There's only 2 of them, so.
Right. So he's descending into like essentially fly-by attack. He's got his lance out. You can see. I mean, at this distance, Flashheart. You could see that this guy has his lance out. Drake is like, woof, woof, and they're just coming at you, and they are definitely like in charge mode. They're going to hit you, and they may very well charge next time to get the bonus.
Right.
But from the hole, let me just check the distance from where you guys are now. You guys are 75 to 80 feet away. Say 80 feet. Now, he is coming in hot. And he's going, essentially, you guys know this tactic. You've seen it before. So you're pretty sure that basically his path is going to be just like this.
Unless I move, because I move next, right?
Right. Well, I mean,
like I can take 2 steps north and.
Well, Gatto is first, so I'm assuming.
The Storm's putting herself kind of in front of you.
Fly by attack, so he's coming low.
How's low?
Thank you, Storm.
I don't know.
Left
So now,
ground will he be when he flies by?
how close to the ground? Probably. The lance itself is probably close to 12 feet long. So, but that means, he will probably be no more than 10 to 15 feet off the ground. as he rips by. Now, the likelihood is, and you guys have seen this before, when they do those flyby attacks, the first thing that they do once they pass is begin to ascend again. The idea being they do a big loop, come back around, and go for another pass.
Right.
I mean, for their second attack. But yeah, so he'll descend down, attack, and then begin pulling back up. At least that's what they've done in the past.
And in the past, we've been able to hit them when they're that low.
Absolutely, but you're talking about a moving target here, a fast-moving target. He's moving. Yeah. He's moving across your field of vision at 60 feet, at 10 foot a second. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's not super fast. Kind of like that. Yeah. So not super fast. Certainly you can track him, but it's a moving target.
There makes good video, Les. Right there.
What? You going like this? All right. So Gatto and Lothar are first. Are you guys going to do anything? You guys going to just pass this time, or are you going to wait?
I whisper. Am I shooting?
Let him come first.
Hold on. I need to roll my initiative.
Okay, say now, and I delay until.
Wait, that's not my initiative.
Wow, no wonder your initiative is always so high. 100 plus 7, nice.
All right, 17. Hold on. Okay, so carry on. Well, Gatto, you were saying? Should I fire?
I am, yeah. So basically, I'm delaying until Ildendar says now.
All right.
Basically, so Ildendar would say, let's spring the trap as soon as he gets right overhead or right there at Storm and Flashheart.
So from a mechanic standpoint, basically what I think you guys are telling me is that everybody who has a bow in that hole is going on op fire. So that
just before he swings.
To just before.
Would it help if I move up or back up depending on initiatives for the next round or no?
Establish where the door is.
You're next, Flash.
So I would, if I were you, I would delay until he's right above you and then take your attack.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, but if
you're on op fire too.
Well, he's not going to be able to do that.
We don't get him disarmed. He's just going to fly away if we attack him. Shouldn't we let Flashheart and Storm attack him at least a couple times? Otherwise, he's just going to fly away if we all
figures
pop
out. Yeah. Okay. We need to get him on the ground.
Well, I thought the idea was that you were guys going to blast him with such an overwhelming show of force that it was going to either dismount him or kill the Drake. I thought, basically, the way I remembered is that you guys were going to use every possible option, sort of on op fire, a ranged option to sort of blast the Drake out from under this guy and basically knock him out in one round.
So we all reserve until he gets right next to us?
Yeah, essentially you go on opportunity fire, which is a thing that we stole from Battleground, which is basically I'm going to hold my action until a certain set of circumstances materialize, and once that set of circumstances materializes, that set of criteria, then I'm going to immediately act.
But what's that do to us bow slingers as we have to get out of the hole? I mean,
you can wait and hit them after they fly by if we don't do it.
Well, do you have to get out? I thought the hole kind of would lift up, like the little door would open up.
It's an illusion, right?
Yeah, no, it's an extra dimensional space that has a track.
It's like a rope trick.
I mean, it can be damaged. The door can be spotted. The door can be damaged. It's got a hardness.
So yeah, it's physical. So I mean, I always assumed that you guys could control the opening of the door, and I'm really sort of assuming that you guys have this lid that anybody who doesn't have a ranged weapon, I'm assuming, is on lid duty. And
I was going to say somebody picks up the lid. Yeah.
Illigar goes, all right, lift the lid, and you lift it up, and that kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
That's how I'm imagining this. But if you guys have something different in mind, that's okay.
No, that's kind of what I was wondering. I just thought maybe we were going to actually get out of it.
It depends. It depends on the ranged weapon. If you guys are using slings, that would be a different story.
I mean, I've got a bow.
Yeah, who's firing?
We can cast spells from within this thing, right?
Yep, because our heads are going to be sticking up the top, looking at this guy.
Okay. According to this, This square is 45 feet from where I am.
Okay.
So I want to go on op fire until the thing gets to that square.
All right, hold on. I'm going to mark that square for you.
You had a barn, Mike. You can still shoot, right?
That's right there, right? You're going to shoot it. You're going to.
Yeah, I've got a crossbow. I'm just not that great with it.
Yeah. But,
Yep, that blue square works for me.
Okay. All right. So that's Lothar. What are the rest of you going to do? Now, I'm assuming for Rena, you're going to shoot arrows. And basically, I'm assuming you're going to shoot arrows as it passes. Like, boom, you're going to get 3 arrows. So it's like,
yes.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
as it flies by. Okay. That's real easy.
I'll probably be on the back end.
Okay, I'm going to be able to haste everyone except for I can't do 3 people. So Siggy and Lothar are 2 obvious ones that I'm not going to do. I've got 1 more person I can't do.
Otto, you're not doing Otto, right?
Okay, then I won't do Otto, and that's the 3. So everyone else has a haste.
All right, so Lothar, Siggy, and Otto.
That increases our movement, right?
Yeah, that's 30.
Yeah. So I love how Lothar gets lumped in. It's like he's sitting at the kids' table when it comes to haste. Like,
oh, yeah. I'm always sitting at the kids' table till somebody has to ouchie.
Until somebody needs a patch up.
Once somebody has an ouchie, suddenly I'm the best guy in the group.
I'm in the haste group, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are – so everybody's going to be hasted. Who else is Gatto? So let's just go down the line. Gatto, what are you doing? What are you going to shoot arrows?
Just before the guy attacks, I am shooting 2 arrows.
Okay. So the kill box for these op fire arrows is going to be this. I'm just going to draw it here. Hold on a second. What? That's bad.
I've got 8 initiative left, so I'm figuring I'm on the back side.
I'm assuming the kill box for arrows is going to be like that as they pass through. So you're going to be passing through, and you guys are going to shoot there. So you're shooting. So Gatto's arrows, Lothar spell of an unnamed variety. Flashheart, you are standing. Are you going to try and strike at the guy as it passes by?
Yes. Well, now I'm hasted. I could actually charge him and hit, right?
Well, he's still quite a bit off the ground.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes,
you're really sort of waiting for him to attack. I mean, you're sort of waiting for the cavalry to attack because the way he's coming right now, and the lance is on the right hand side. So right now, you suspect that his primary target is Storm, not you, because you're sort of protected by Storm. I mean, so like if his lance is over here on his right.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna draw it here. So there's. Oops, that's not it. That is a terrible color. Red is a terrible color. So here's his lance is kind of like right. God bless it.
Whatever you draw is a little phallic, more phallic than you intended.
I know it's horrifying. Sorry. So here's his lance, right? So it's on the right hand side. So he's flying by. So as you can see, his lance is on the wrong side to hit you, so you suspect that his target right now, at least on this flyby, it's almost going to have to be Storm, unless you were to move pretty significantly south to draw away that attack. But as it stands now, he's probably going to pass over you guys and hit Storm.
I want to move into a position where I feel I have an optimal chance to hit him.
Well, this is a good spot. I mean, as far as right where you are, you look like you're protected from the initial attack, and he's going to pass
right over you.
Right over you, yeah, essentially. Although, so will a bunch of arrows, apparently.
Yeah, be careful when you stick your arm up.
So I'm looking for several attacks there. Illindar, what do you?
Will be nobody go to the chart on a crit.
Real quick, Gordon, does Ohm have a ranged weapon?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then everyone else is doing something. I need to pop the door open, so that's what Illindar's going to be doing, is popping the door.
So you're on door duty, okay? Fletcher.
My initiative is so low, I don't get to go until after all this happens anyway.
Well, I mean, if you have a ranged weapon, you could go on op fire. Which
I do not have a ranged weapon.
Don't have a ranged weapon, so you're on door duty too.
Well, actually, if he's on door duty, I'm flipping to shooting my crossbow.
We need every arrow.
He can drop out and attack, can he?
Not in that sense. It's going to happen too fast. He can't jump out of the hole and
I got to wait till this all works out and then.
Jump out of the hole and wave, but he can't attack.
Farina, arrows, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Unless you want to try something else.
Oh, I thought it might spitballs.
Okay. Spitballs. Ohm, what about you? What kind of ranged weapon you got back in there, Ohm?
I got the big long hammer. It's a dwarven long hammer.
Just throwing a hammer at him.
Are you going to throw it?
I don't know that I would throw it.
I don't know.
It's an axe of returning once you run over there and pick it up again.
I was thinking I could storm out of there and then, even a 5-foot step would get me here, which would be with a reach weapon that would get me.
Yeah, it's going to happen too fast.
It's going to blow the trap too.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I asked if you had a ranged weapon. Because I was going to give you my crossbow if you didn't have one.
So for the same reason that Fletcher's not going to be able to jump out of there and attack, I don't think that Ohm would be able to jump out of there and attack.
Not until that happens.
Until the beast falls down, and then we can all jump on it.
Right.
Standard attack with a movement and a standard. You don't think you could time it to?
Well, you get one action on Opfire as this thing. So keep in mind what's happening here. You're talking about a Drake Rider who's coming and doing a flyby attack, and you guys are lifting the lid off of the thing and then doing something. Now, the idea of you and Fletcher sort of like jumping out of there and trying to,
run over and then swing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think that's realistic because at the same time, this creature's moving across your field of vision. It'd be there and gone in a flyby attack. If it landed, absolutely.
I don't know what kind of crossbow.
But he has to come down to the ground to land.
Heavy +1 flaming crossbow.
What? You made that up.
No, I don't. Didn't.
Heavy flaming +1 crossbow?
Yep.
I gave that to you?
No, Gatto did.
It was in the nest.
It was in the nest.
Oh, that's right. I hate that. Okay, did you say you also have a crossbow, Owen?
No, I'm going to take Illindar's crossbow.
I have a javelin of lightning if somebody wants to wield.
No, save that.
Wow, what?
Save that. That's a lightning bolt, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you saving it for? Like an emergency, some sort of
Yes.
attack that is really.
Yes.
This fight is not an emergency. At least not yet. It isn't.
Well, maybe one will come up.
I'm going to give Ohm my crossbow so we can use that, and I'm going to be on door duty.
All right, so you're handing Ohm your crossbow, and you're helping Fletcher with the door.
And I'm waiting for him, so as soon as he fires, then he can drop it. I'll grab it, and then he can go
Fire
out.
second time.
All right, so that's a great question. Do you guys know what you're going to, after you guys, so the Drake Rider flies down, and I'm assuming you guys are all targeting the Drake, right? You're not targeting the Rider. Bigger target, and if you manage to kill it, then
The rider's stuck.
Yeah, the rider is stuck. Well, maybe grievously injured in a crash of that fast. So I'm assuming, unless you guys tell me different, I'm assuming you're targeting the Drake rather than the rider.
We know from before the Drake's easier to hit, so.
They are easier to hit, absolutely. And they have fewer hit points. What happens? So what happens after the Drake flies by, you guys fire, he keeps going, theoretically, begins to ascend, if his Drake is still alive, begins to wheel around. What do you guys do then? Are you going to pretend like it didn't happen, just slam the lid and wait for him to come back around?
No. Range increments allow these guys to shoot from quite a distance away.
Okay.
And the Storm's going to be, if he survives this, Storm's going to take off and try and tear the mount out from under him.
Storm's going to go try and so if this guy's like draws up, Storm's going to come back around and try and meet him in the middle?
Yeah, she's going to, if this doesn't take the Drake out from under him, she's going to.
Will she be inverted?
Yes. And she'll be communicating with him too.
the universal language. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's do this. So everybody is on op fire until this point. So let's just assume the Drake is flying through here.
Except Storm's going after regardless. So.
Yeah, afterward. All right, so it is flying along and reaches the box at which, now it's moving fast, but it reaches the box at which Lothar's Lothar's op fire goes off. The lid goes up. There's a bunch of guys with bows. You can see the guy look over and go, "Arr!" He can see that it's a trap. He's, and he kind of like runs down, but he's doubled down on hitting Storm. Lance is out. Lothar, what do?
Chain of perdition in front of him.
Chain of perdition. Holy shit, Snacks. What is that gonna do?
Clothesline.
I'm going to attempt to entangle the wing of the Drake and bring
I was
it
going to
down.
say it's going to bring that Drake down.
A floating chain of force with hooks appears in the occupied space of your choosing.
This is like a fantasy version of grape shot, right?
No kidding. Chain of perdition. The chain can perform a dirty trick. In this case, you're talking endangle, using your caster level as a combat maneuver bonus and your charisma modifier.
Only if you use your best modifier. You use your wisdom if you're a priest.
Right. So what is your caster level plus your wisdom modifier?
Plus 13, plus 14 for prayer.
Did you add bless?
Bless, I'm sorry. Yeah, plus
Okay.
14 for bless, not prayer.
Plus 14. And you're attacking the Drake's wing.
Yeah, I'm trying to take out a wing. So
Okay.
DMD attack or
Okay.
whatever against the Drake's whatever. And it is
Okay.
17. That was a shitty roll.
17 is not going to be enough to entangle him. However, so is there anything that happens if you miss?
Nope. It's still there.
All right. So, okay. Let's go ahead and put a chain there because it is still there.
He might have adjusted his flight path if he suddenly saw a chain fly up in his face. I don't know.
He doesn't have enough time. So he is basically all in on this flyby attack. So hold on, let me see. All right, we're gonna just put it out there. So here's your chain that is here. Now you can move it and stuff, right?
Yeah, I can. And the chain should, well, if you give it to me to move.
I will. Let me just get it to the right size here. All right, there's your chain. And let me go ahead and give you controlled by Lothar the Red. There you go. All right, so you should be able to move this chain. Now, I'm imagining that it was sort of like this. Were you moving it there?
Yeah. I'm moving it in front of him.
Okay.
Hang on, I forgot. What is it, Control or Alt?
Alt.
Well, hang on. Where the hell is Alt?
Please.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Where
Are
it's
you
at.
using a Mac?
No, where it's at is fine.
Okay, so basically, as you guys are watching, the lid flies up. You guys are like, all like this, and Lothar's like, and suddenly this giant sort of force chain appears in front of them and reaches out with hooks on it and tries to grab the thing. You see this guy looking over. He sees you guys. He's like, holy shit. Then he looks over and he sees this force chain and he kind of pulls back on the reins and sort of the creature dives down. Its claw, it dives basically under it, gets a wing under it. So it is closer to the ground than originally expected. It's probably only 5 feet off of the ground. So it begins to pull to the left so that it can continue its path. But honestly, it's not going to go. Because of this, it is not going to go between Flashheart and Storm. Because of this, because it has had to go lower, it is going to make a maneuver. It's going to maneuver like this, and this may or may not be what you're looking for. So it's continuing to go this way, and then it's going to go this way, and kind of fly that way. You see the way I'm talking about?
Yep.
So basically, it's coming right over the top of you guys.
And it's only a few feet off the ground.
And it's only a few feet off the ground.
So our Fletcher-O-Matic over here with a big old great sword.
Well, so let's go back to the Sylvan Hideaway rules. Let's take this. So you can choose the shape and configuration of the room, any furnishings, blah, 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 camouflage trapdoor. Honestly, Farina has control over the size, shape, and dimensions and furnishings, apparently, of this hidey hole. So I don't think that she would be limited if you guys opened up one side. it passed over the top. There's no reason why she couldn't open up the other side.
Could she have it furnished with bamboo spears of about 20 feet long?
I don't know. Well, no, it talks about furnishings. I don't know if a bamboo spear could be called a furnishing in any sense.
Can't she also just let it disappear at this point?
Theoretically, sure. Well, not at this point because everything's going on. She's on hot fire too, so she can't dismiss it right now. Because she's busy. All right, so it's going to enter the kill box. You guys think it is going to go ahead and take its shot against Storm. So this is a charged flyby attack. And there is the roll. So let me get him out of the way. You guys are going to love this. 24, not a great roll. I don't think that's going to hit Storm, is it?
No, it's not.
So he misses Storm and wheels across towards the hidey hole. So that's
Did my attacks hit?
Hold on. Now are you aiming at the Drake, right?
Right.
So the Drake's AC is 23.
One hit.
4 damage. All right, hold on. Let me just check something real quick here. I think I have the rider. Can you guys see a health bar on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I have it. It's the. Oh no, it is the Drake's health bar. Okay. All right. So 4 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a lot.
No, it wasn't.
That's Gato. So Gato arrows, Lothar spell, Flash Heart. You have a sword shot at him as he passes next to you. And we'll just go down the line. You want to take it?
Well, yep. What Jennifer gave me, that's gone now, right? It was a one-time shot.
Yep.
Just make sure I have it.
The guidance you used on the bluff check.
But I'm gonna have a two shots because haste. Well, technically 3. Or just one.
Well, he's passing by you, so I don't. Well, you've got haste. I don't know that I would consider this to be a full attack action because he's not hanging around. He's sort of moving past you. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Attack opportunity.
I'll tell you what. You get a single attack plus an attack of opportunity. So
Okay,
2 attacks.
good. Here's
But
single
both
attack.
of them will. But here's the thing. Both of them will be at your max attack bonus. So the first attack, whipping him, swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Second attack.
A little bit
There
outside.
we go.
21, also a miss, Flashheart. I'm sorry. So its AC is 23. Do you have any way that you can squeeze out an extra bonus? There's Bless.
No.
Did you add that?
I didn't think Bless was on. Sorry.
Bless is on, so that's +1. So
Yeah.
22. Is there any other bonus that you can slip in?
Yeah, sure there is. Let's see. I was looking.
If you can come up with all you need is 1 point.
I'm trying to remember what is that thing Trindaliv gave me there. I don't think it's a bonus for this. The feather or the scale.
That was a combat maneuver thing.
Haste gets +1 to attack.
Oh, so that's resistance.
Oh, wait. What did Gordon say?
Haste does get +1 to attack.
+1 attack.
Oh, there we go.
Squeaked it out. That's a 23. All right, that's a successful hit.
All right.
+1 to AC too, by the way.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. This was this.
Like balanced week of pain. I held this thing. That's true.
There's attack.
Sure.
17 points of damage. Okay.
Is that to the Drake or the Rider?
It's a Drake. I'm assuming that everybody is targeting the Drake.
I would assume that was 2, but I just want to make clear I didn't specify beforehand.
No, I'm going on the assumption. Unless you tell me different, you're hitting the Drake.
Okay.
All right. The Drake is squealing with pain from all these hits. The next person will be Elendar. He's holding up the door. The next person after him is Fletcher. He also holding up the door.
Actually, Storm's going to go, though.
Oh, Storm gets an attack. That's true.
Go, Storm, go.
Similar thing. You get a single attack plus an attack of opportunity.
No, she was not on op fire.
Oh, okay.
So actually, he needs to finish his movement before she can go.
Well, he will be pretty far away.
Not as far as she can go.
I mean, it's still just a normal move for him.
She's lifting off.
Yeah, but he's already moved half of his movement to get here, and then he's turning and moving away. She's hasted, so she's all of a sudden faster than him, and she hasn't done any movement.
All right, hold on. So he was here. 40.
So he makes
his first move there.
Yeah.
And then his second move, he attacked, flyby, 1, 2.
So we can get 60 feet away from her?
He'll get to about here. I'll mark it.
And yeah, with her being hasted, she can charge and do 180.
He'll get to there.
What is his move?
60 feet flying per action. But he gets flyby attack, so he can attack on the move. So basically, he'll reach here. You see that yellow square?
Right.
Yeah, that's as far as he will go this turn.
Yeah.
And that will be how far from? It's
I don't understand that.
60 feet away.
When he passes right by you.
Because she's going to do a full attack. She's doing a pounce, which gives her all 3 attacks.
Even with a move?
I was to say with a triple move.
Yeah, because it's a charge thing.
It's a charge.
It's a charge. Okay, yeah. So she'll be able to.
Actually, you know what? She might open with trying to knock the guy off.
She still gets an attack of opportunity now because he's passing through threatened squares.
Okay.
Cool. Knock her off. Knock him off.
It's a miss.
Yeah, even with blesses, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Wait a minute. Where did this Drake start?
Right.
Green line is.
So the flyby attack means you can do your full movement and attack in the middle. You don't get extra movement.
No, he's not getting extra movement. He gets his full movement is 60.
Which is 2 move actions.
Yeah. 60 and 60 are 120. He was going to go straight east, but instead the chain of perdition that Lothar cast caused him to bury his thing, and now he's wheeling far earlier than he did.
With the lance, his is also kind of the equivalent of a charge.
It says you can take a move action and another standard action at any point during the move. Giving him 60 in and 60 out is a double.
It's a double move. Interesting.
So he can do 30 attack and 30, or 20 attack and 40. He can't do his full move attack and his full move again.
Bum, bum, bum. So he's actually sitting right there.
Oh, Les is about to summon Cthulhu. He's just about. I can see him summoning the Dark One himself.
Shit. Yeah, I'm reading the thing. It very specifically says the creature cannot take a second move action during a round when he makes a flyby attack, which sucks. Well, that is the opposite of how I understood this. So basically, he's stopping right from the point of view of. Whoops, hold on. From the point of view of you guys, he's essentially stopping. He's still flying, but he's essentially stopping where the thing is now.
Okay.
Oop.
So everybody should get their full attack.
No, because they're all on op fire. The ones that might get a full attack are holding up the door. You guys are on op fire shooting arrows. So you guys can fire arrows, but you can't jump out. He didn't stop. He's still flying.
So why wouldn't people shooting arrows get their full attack? They're still just.
They will. They absolutely will. But the other two guys
have to both be holding the door?
No, Ilandar's holding the door.
Yeah.
I mean, but the same temporal problems exist. You can't jump out, pull your weapon, attack. You know, he doesn't. All of this is contemporaneous, right? So it all is happening at the same time. He's moving 60 feet. He's not stopped. In fact, Everyone else is stopped. He's the only one really moving at any speed. So,
but his round has ended. We all now get a round. It's all happening simultaneously, but I should still be able to do something on my round.
Well, yeah, you're holding up the door so the other people can shoot. Now,
I don't need to hold the door open. Illindar's
holding up the door.
Well, then what do you want to do? I mean, you're going to leap at this guy? And remember, he's moving 60 feet.
Yeah, I would leap at him. I would charge at him, whatever I can do to hit him.
All he needs is one swing.
All he needs one swing. We did this already with him. If I can hit him with the hammer, he's down.
Hit him with the hammer. Hammer time.
And he's only 5 feet away from me, so I should get a full attack.
I feel like I'm getting ripped off here, but okay.
When it's my turn, I'm last in the initiative. So
basically, you're jumping out of a hole with a hammer and attacking a creature the size of a city bus that's moving at 10 feet per second directly at you.
Absolutely.
And then dropping the hammer on his ring.
I just want to make sure that I have properly in mind, because that seems, well, frankly, fraught with hazard. But here's even better. What happens if you actually succeed? He stops, right?
Yep.
Then we have him.
Where do you think he's going?
Well, based on last time, the rider has to make a check or get thrown, and and
a couple of tons of Drake is going to land in your laps.
Yep.
We're okay with that, or at least I'm okay with that.
We're okay with that. All right, this is awesome. All right, honestly, I kind of hope he succeeds, because you've got to basically a Drake.
It's not my turn anyway. I just wanted to establish that I get a turn. Is all I'm saying.
Cannonball is headed your way, and you're going to stop him. Okay. All right. Cool. This rules are rules. Let's do it this way. All right. Actually, Illindar, you're holding the door. Fletcher, you're up.
I'm before everybody else.
You're before. Well, I mean, you don't have to be. If you want to let Farina and Ohm fire their bows.
I forgot about Gordon's rolls.
Yes. I want Storm to go.
Storm can go now. It's actually Storm's turn. So, but technically in the initiative roll, Fletcher is after Storm, then Farina, then Ohm. But if Fletcher wants to allow the archers to continue their op fire, he can, and then he can jump out and be like last, essentially.
That's what
actually it's Farina and Ohm's decision if they want to fire before you jump out.
Okay.
Because they're on op fire.
But Storm is next anyway.
Storm is next.
This changes things since the thing's right next to. I mean, she'd technically be using Pounce anyway.
So she's good. Okay. So she's that works. She's essentially leaping off the ground onto this creature.
I'm trying to think. What does everybody think? Should I try and damage the creature or try and knock the guy off? I know she can't drop the creature this round.
Is like whatever you got a better shot of doing, because either way
knock the guy off.
So what did we do last time? We did Bull Rush, right?
Yeah, it's the guy's CMD is what I'm trying to beat.
Okay.
I mean, she's large, so she gets +2. That's 13. That's 15.
All right, so I'm going to tell you right now, his CMD is 31.
Jiminy Cricket.
The guy's is?
Yeah.
He's like super glued to the damn thing.
Wow.
Well, he's like, yeah, I mean, assume he's got like strapped. He's strapped in. This is a flying creature. He's got there's a harness there. Oh,
crap.
Nice. Way to go, Mike.
I hate you. All right.
Storm's got this down.
Hey, Les, you want to make sure you save this clip for the video. We'll want that Christmas highlight reel.
Holy shit. All right. So, Flashart, you probably see this. You get a bird's eye view of this. You take a couple of swipes at it with Radiance, but don't hit anything. Storm crouches down, leaps up into it's like Storm times the wing flaps of the Drake, and when the flaps are down, Storm leaps up across the top of him, grabs onto the guy, and sort of just like drags him over to the other side. The Drake kind of like shudders this way, so now its path now is changed again. Hold on a second. Its flight path now is sort of starting. It was going this way. Oh, God, I hate that purple. It always defaults to the purple. I hate you, purple. It was going this way, sort of above, but now it's gonna sort of like tripping this way again. So it's because of Storm's attack. It is now its flight angle is now sort of twisted back to the east. The guy goes flying off. So Storm, you're over here. You've ripped the guy off of the thing, and you have him down on the ground, pinned. Not pinned, but I'm going to say grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically he's on the ground. I'm just going to put like a dude there. Hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. All right, here he is. He's on the ground right here, looking plenty worse for wear. Let me just put some hit points on here. So
technically, he only takes D6.
He only takes D6 from getting knocked off. But I think, honestly, at this point, he is going. Oops, I always do that. He is. Can you guys see his health bar?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna. You can't see him at all. Hold on, I fucked that up.
Yeah. He just disappeared.
How about now?
Yes.
All right, he's back. He's gone. He's back. This is how they work. So he's underneath Storm, and I'm just going to go ahead. I think the Storm. Honestly, the impact of this creature does damage, and the fall does damage. So I'm going to say that this is 2d6 as he gets ripped off of the thing. What do we get here?
7 points.
7 points. Okay, so I'm going to take 7 points off. And he is down on the ground. He is grappled, and he is prone. So he's down on the ground. He's got the pieces of this thing. The Drake is sort of wheeling away the other direction, but he has stopped and is on the ground. Okay, so that's Illendar. Fletcher, technically it's your turn. Do you want to let Farina and Ohm fire before you go?
Yes.
Storm mic drops, by the way. She just kind of...
Mic drop.
Oh, wait, that was the guy. Never mind.
Go.
Oh, the lance falls to the ground. It's just laying on the ground now. All right. So Jennifer, Farina is firing at the Drake. Drake has an AC of 23.
Oh, missed.
Oh, that's Ohm with the crossbow.
He throws it to the ground at Illendar's feet. The dwarven curse.
I Torag, sweaty balls. This crossbow doesn't work.
Sad thing is he's still better at it than I am.
It's okay. Keep closer. All right.
Bam,
Holy shit. Look at those rolls. 3 hits. What's the crit range on the arrows is just 20, right?
110. Oh, 20. Yes, I'm sorry.
20 only. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's no
crits.
But dang.
Look at those shots. All right, 17, 18, 40. All 3 hits. So roll the damage. Uh, 13, 15, and 10 is 28, 38 points of damage from arrow damage. Holy shit. So you guys who are in the hole are watching her fire.
We're diving out of the way.
Basically, you hear Ohm in the background. You see a crossbow bolt go flying off in a wrong direction. And Ohm is just like, Torag, sweaty balls, this crossbow. And at which point, Farina just kind of like lifts up. And it's like, poof, poof, poof. You don't even see her grabbing the arrows out of her quiver as she just like bang, bang, every one of these, and you can see the Drake is like flopping around as these arrows just go slamming into it. She nails it, and you can see when it passes by, she just kind of looks at her bow and It looks back at you like
the mic drop as well.
yeah. Ding. That's how we shoot in the Elven lands.
Damn, we have a phalanx system.
All right. So bottom of the order, Fletcher, well, it's not really the bottom order. It's the last guy, Fletcher.
So, Les,
You saw all this happen.
all this, yeah. The way you were talking about what it takes me to get out of this hole. This isn't just a 5-foot step, then, is it?
No, it's not. You would get a single attack. You're jumping out of the hole, and then you have to decide on a target because now the guy is on the ground. Storm has got this guy pinned to the ground. If you're going to jump out and attack the thing, you're essentially jumping out at the same time, and so Farina is shooting around you as you leap out and just kind of like.
He has faith in her.
Yes, in hindsight, especially.
She's shot around you before.
All right, so I'm going to take a single shot at him. I will not use power strikes. So I have bonus.
You're jumping out of the hole.
Yes.
All right.
And I am.
Take it. You're not using power strike. Oh, that is a hit! I can't believe you pulled this out of your ass.
So a little less damage than usual.
Okay.
That's not the important thing.
And hold on.
Oh, minimum damage after all that?
And that as well.
Okay. So 20 points of damage.
And I let go of the hammer.
Okay, and what does that do?
Pin.
It's the equivalent of an immovable rod. He is locked.
Okay, so it basically locks onto her, onto the Drake, and can she carry it with her? With it locked onto her, or does it stop her?
Strength check of 30 to move it 10 feet.
A strength check of 30. So otherwise, she is stopping. All right. Well, she's not really stopping. What she's doing is right now, she's actually headed sort of northeast. That's the flight path that she's going. So she's actually going this way. So what she probably will hit the ground. She'll hit Fletcher. She'll probably hit Ohm. She'll probably hit Flashheart as she rolls through you guys as she stops.
But she can't roll anywhere, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's going to go like about to here, just on basically inertia, and she's going to just like roll through you guys like rolling, but like bowling pins. All right, so she has to make a 30 strength check. Hold on, I got to check the strength of a Drake. 25, which is a strength bonus of 18 is 4, 19, 20 is 5, 20
plus 7
is 6 plus 7. All right, so she gets a strength check of.
Natty 20.
I need a natty 20, don't I? I need a natty 20?
Yep.
Well, it's DC, it's not an attack, so even a nat won't do it. But.
All right, that is not a natty 20. So she hits, she blows through you guys and hits the ground and stops like with a crash. So hold on, let me. So she is on the ground, right next to you guys. I'm gonna move her out of the way so there's not confusion. So like right there. Let me get this thing out of the way. So she blows through you guys. I say Flashheart, Fletcher, and Ohm make reflex checks. Ohm, make yours at +4. I'm going to say it's a DC 20 reflex check for you guys to sort of dodge out of the way. And if you do dodge out of the way, you move 5 feet in the dodge direction, which for Fletcher and Ohm would be north. For Flashheart would be south.
How's that bless affect us?
Bless affects saving throws, right?
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not affect it.
Not.
But haste does.
Ohm, all right. So you get out of the way.
Haste will be +1 then.
Haste will be +1, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a DC 20 reflex save. Flashheart, no.
Fun. Too many dice.
Come on, Fletcher. Come on.
We Flashheart.
Yep.
Flashheart made it?
No,
No.
I didn't make it.
Fletcher made it. All right. So you end up jumping back into the hole. Flashheart, you were not prepared for this. So this is essentially the equivalent of a tail slap. So since you missed your reflex save, you take 1d10 plus 12 damage.
Ow.
And
you rolling it or am I rolling it?
I'm rolling it. 17 points of damage as this thing goes crashing through you. And you also have a possibility of trip. So it basically has to roll a CMB, which is plus 19 against your CMD. And if it beats it, then you are tripped.
Ouch.
So it rolled a 29. What's your CMD? Your combat maneuver defense?
Not going to be that high.
It's not going to be. It might be. You never know.
No, CMD is
Yeah, I know
is
numbers.
21. 21.
21. All right. So this thing hits you hardest. The Ohm and Fletcher sort of dodge out of the way, but Flashheart, you take the brunt of the damage. You get hit for 17 points of damage, and you are now tripped. Hold on. Let me tell you what that does.
Just knocks you down.
Yeah, basically you're knocked prone. But let me double check just to make sure, because apparently I read rules wrong sometimes. Target is knocked prone. If it's more than 10, if the target has 2 legs, oozes. No, you're not prone. You're essentially prone.
All right, I'll just spend some time communing with Ioma Day then.
All right. But the creature is on the Drake. The Drake is on the ground and locked. And Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. Is locked to the ground by the fact that this hammer is sort of like wrapped around it and planted in the earth.
It cannot move.
It cannot move.
Now,
Okay.
if you keep doing a DC 30 strength, but again, I don't know if a nat 20 helps or not. But
No, its strength bonus is 7. So, frankly, I don't think it can unlock itself.
right, so it can't even move 10 feet. It's just stuck unless it gets.
But it can still attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is technically prone as well. It will need to get up before it can attack again, but it can attack. All right. So that was the end of round 1. All right. Round 2. Got him.
So that Drake is right there.
He's right there. And he's on the ground. He's not moving. None of these guys are moving. Everybody is done.
I would think every target you shoot at right now is denied its dex.
Well, it's prone, so an archery attack is not going to be great. So the first one. So being prone. Hold on a second. It adds to your AC. It actually decreases.
Typically, it adds 4, but it's such a big creature, and he's right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. It probably, so the first arrow hits, but the second arrow is a potential
Second
fumble.
arrow misses.
So it's a potential fumble. You roll a 1. So I want to confirm that fumble, Mister. I'm already getting the fumble chart out.
No.
No.
What'd you roll? Oh, natty 20! All right, so just a fumble. The arrow just goes wide. So 8 points of arrow damage as Gato slams another arrow into this creature, and you can hear it squealing. It is screeching. It has taken so much damage. Now it's locked to the ground. It is just screeching. Lothar, what are you going to do with that chain?
I'm going to move it. Oops. Wrong button.
Okay.
Move it here and attempt to entangle the prone demon.
Okay, so he is prone. So that's
+2.
It might be better than that. Hold on a second.
Okay.
And he's already grappled.
And he's grappled, which means if you get him, he's
pinned.
Prone characters lying around. -4 cannot use ranged weapons. -4. So is it AC related or is it CMD related?
CMD related.
All right. So he is already grappled. So prone is not necessarily a thing in this.
If you're trying to get someone already grappled, like for instance, if you're the grappler, it gives you a +5.
It gives you a +5. He's already grappled, so yeah. So you would get a +5 on your CMB.
Okay.
As this goes in. So what did I say CMB was?
30, which is freaking huge.
I'm making shit up at this point. 31, actually. Oh, so he does not, somehow he manages to dodge out of the way of this thing. but the chain is right around him and is like, kind of like, it probably was that Storm is on top of him and it's just kind of like in the way, and Storm is accidentally in the way as the chain kind of like flops around and tries to.
The only point for the chain at that point was it makes them have to roll to be able to cast a spell.
Well, if the chain, so I was going to rule if you were able to get him with the chain and entangle him, essentially what he would be is pinned, which, is a whole nother set of problems for somebody. So pinned.
But at this point, I haven't rolled over an 8, so I think I forgot this is Lothar rolling.
Yeah.
A pinned creature is basically in many ways helpless.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
Yeah, well, helpless has its own, basically he can be one-shotted by anybody nearby.
Oh, guys, I tried.
So, but in this case, the chain did not get him. So, Lothar, do you need to concentrate to control the chain?
I believe that there is some level of concentration. Hang on.
I think so. As a move action, you can move. Yeah, you have to spend actions to move.
So that's all I've done is cast the chain and then move it again. So
and try the attack. So yeah, that's probably it for you. You can move.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Flash Heart, you are prone and damaged, but right over there, like 3 feet away from you, is the also prone Drake. Is trying to get back up on its feet.
Do I have to be on my feet to attack, or can I just
getting back on your
if he's 3 feet away? I could just jab him with the sword.
You can take attacks without getting up, but there's penalties to each one.
Yeah, there's penalties. It's a move action for you to get up, and there's no one nearby that can take an.
All right. So I'll make a move action to stand up, and I'll attempt to coup de grace this Drake.
You can't coup de grace.
Yeah, he's not helpless.
He's not helpless. He can attack. He's prone. What you do is you get +4 to attack on your attack roll. +5 with the bless.
My animal sense to calm him. Wait, I'm not a ranger. Sorry.
That's some crazy druid shit there. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I was going to calm him right before
before you kill him. Light him.
Yeah.
All right, you do get +5, so 4 for the
+5. So okay, that's actually 21 +5 would 26 plus the bless and the haste. That'd be 27, I think.
27 and 8. You get +1 for both the bless and the haste. So 28 is definitely a hit. You managed to. You just lay into him with radiance.
Now I'd have a second shot, right? Because I'm hasted.
No, you had to stand up.
Oh, that's right.
It has to be a full attack before you get the extra attack.
Right. I've forgotten. Thank you. Okay, so let's do some damage.
12 points.
Not getting much there.
All right. Well, but he doesn't have much.
I'm forgetting radiance is +3, so it's actually 13.
It's actually 13? Okay, hold on a second. Yeah. Trying to... Okay. So you see his... let me take one more off there. You see his health bar. The health bar of the Drake is sorely lacking. You just stab, you just like in Dragon Slayer, and you're like, I have killed it, that kind of thing. All right, so
remake that.
It's the Drake's turn. It's an animal in pain, so it is going to try. You burn a move action to stand up, which provokes attacks of opportunity from both Ohm, Fletcher, and Flashheart. So go ahead and take those. And then it's going to attack Flashheart.
If it's still alive, which is unlikely.
If it's still alive.
Go ahead.
I have a confidence in Iomedae.
That has a AC of 23. So Ohm, I'm assuming you're using your long hammer.
Woof.
That's a hit. So you see Ohm just sort of reach up out of this hole and just go, whack, and just like crack this guy with this hammer.
Finally, a good roll.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a solid roll. Do your damage.
Ouch!
Whoa, 19 points of damage. Holy shit snacks. All right, so I'm gonna put the 19 on there. Whoops. There's a tiny sliver.
Finish him off.
And two attacks of opportunity. Flashheart, you still have an attack of opportunity as well. So, but Fletcher this may be the point. So, Fletcher, I'm assuming you've picked up your sword and are using that.
I can't because I have to do that as a move action. So I'd have to punch him. That's why I'm going to let Flashheart.
You're punching him. All right. So, Flashheart, you're going to try. You're going to hit him with Radiance. Try an attack.
I'm envisioning a Mongo from punching the horse move here. I want to see this, Fletcher.
Mongo only pawn.
I will gesture to Fletcher to punch the
Drake. To go ahead and punch him? All right.
Yeah. No, after you, sir.
Well, but punching is technically non-lethal all the time, right?
Yeah, but I can knock him out.
Well, true. That's true.
So we'll just, hold on, 17.
Punch does 1d3, right? It's d6.5.
Oh,
plus haste.
Great bonus. He's still going to feel it.
Yeah.
Well, if you hit him, he'll feel. Oh, I can't believe you hit him! All right, so
it's 1d3. We'll take -1 on this, but
bastard just like bang, and he hits him right in the face.
+6, +6, plus 3 is +16, 16, 17. And by the way, this is magical damage, in case that matters.
You have a magical fist?
I do. I have arcane strikes. Even my fists are magical now.
All right, so you did 19 points of non-lethal damage to him. So he's whipping his head around to go get Flashheart, but you take the opportunity. You're like, not so fast. You just gotta come out of the top and just clock this guy with. I'm assuming you got some sort of gauntlet on.
So UFC fightered him there.
And you see this head, which is on this like long sinuous neck, just kind of like wobble around, and the wings just kind of go flying back, and it just falls backwards. Unconscious. It's unconscious, and its jaws bleeding and that kind of stuff. But it's got 1,000 different wounds. But that's the one you notice. But yeah, it is unconscious.
I'll raise Fletcher's arm. Winner.
Now you can do your coup de grace.
Now coup de grace him.
He's unconscious. So you just sort of stand up and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'll just finish
him off.
Yeah. Do I need to roll for that?
Nah, coup de grace, you don't have to roll. So now he is done.
And by the way, Les, I just want you to know, I was showing restraint. I could have used my claws.
That's true. You were showing restraint. I assumed you wanted to interrogate the Drake at some point.
No, I'm just not, being good.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Flashheart, you just stab into the guts of the creature, and it just wells out with blood, and the Drake is dead. All right. So that's him. Ilindar, it's your turn.
I'm going to carve out his heart and eat it there.
Yeah.
So Storm's going to try and upgrade this grapple to a pin.
Okay. So you have to roll against his CMD, which is 31. You do get a +5 for him being already grappled.
So
very close, but not quite. So he's still grappled. I mean, he doesn't break the grapple, but
he's not pinned.
He's not pinned yet.
And actually, you know what? Since didn't pin him, he gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, against
Storm does not have improved for grapple.
So that's a great thing. So what is he going to do? He's dropped his lance.
Wasn't he prone, Les?
Yeah, he can't draw a weapon, but he can use his fist, I guess, to strike.
He's going to use his fist. He is going to, and in fact, he has a slam attack.
Demonic junk punch.
He has a really kind of strong slam attack, and here it goes. And he fumbles his slam attack. Let's confirm. Does 34?
Yes, that hits.
All right. So he just takes this sort of like weak swing and then misses, and sort of Storm is, but he's like, I'm still in the fight, you bastards. But yeah, no, a wild miss does not hit.
And Ilindar's still holding up the lid.
Okay, so it's like Statue of Liberty and that shit.
Pretty much it.
Fletcher, it's your turn now. That was an attack of opportunity. So,
is this guy prone?
The rider, he's prone. And Storm is on top of him, and there's some
grappled
flying chain around him.
If I were to come over here, would I get also flanking, or not? That's too much.
You wouldn't get flanking. Here's why. because you already get a bonus to melee attacks when against a prone person.
Okay, and what is that bonus?
And those
that bonus is +4.
Yeah, those are better than flanking.
Prone character lying on the ground. A prone defender has a +4 bonus against range attacks, but a -4 penalty against melee attacks. So if you were to go over there, it's -4. So you get a +4 on your roll against him as he's prone. If you were going to go stab him.
So I will do that, and I will draw my sword as I do so.
All right. So you move action and draw your sword at the same time. Go around there next to the chain, which is kind of freaking you out a little bit, and you just go ahead and stab him. All right. You get +4 on your roll in addition to all the other bonuses that are rocking around.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure those out real quick.
We got blessed, so it's +5. Haste is +6.
All right, here we go. Got it.
I think that's just what you have over the top of your regular bonus. 23 is, let me check. AC is 23. That's a hit.
Okay.
That is a hit.
12, 12, 15, 16, 17. All right, here we go. And that is holy and +2 magical.
Ooh, minus 23 points. Hold on a second. He screams in pain as you stab downward into him. Did that work? Or did I take it off of you? No, I took it off of you.
It didn't come off of him either.
No, it did. He's just below Storm. Here, I'll put
Storm.
it
Oh, got it. Yeah.
See.
That's some accurate stabbing considering Storm's all over the top of this guy trying to grab him. He just kind of walks up there and inserts that greatsword just in the middle of all that.
Well, he just kind of like, he's kind of like, the guy's wiggling around. He just goes, ugh, that kind of thing. And just
nonchalant.
Yeah.
This is my favorite weapon. Whatever.
The guy screams out in pain as the sword goes into like his shoulder, and he's like, ah, that kind of thing. Farina and Ohm, you guys are the bottom of the order. So Farina and Ohm, what are you guys doing? So Farina, from where you are, you can see that the Drake is dead. You saw Flashheart stick his sword into it, and it is gushing blood all over the place. I don't know. I guess you might. It'd be kind of hard for you to see the guy on the ground that Fletcher just stabbed, because you're in the Sylvan, the Sylvan thing, and he's on the ground. So there would be some penalties there if you were to shoot arrows at him. I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think Farina's gonna come out of the hole.
Okay, she's gonna stay inside.
Yeah, I feel like I can't really tell his health bar. The demon just.
He's about. Here, let me just move. I'm gonna just move him up here so you guys can see it. See it better now.
Oh, okay.
So like 2/3.
But I can't see him around Storm, right?
Right. Not from where you are. No.
Okay. And Storm already has flanking, as does. So it looks like he's flanked properly, and Ohm just ran out there. So I think I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay. Ohm, you ran out there. I'm assuming with your big hammer.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to do a vital strike attack.
Ooh. Okay. AC 20. Well, his AC is 23. You added a bonus. Did you add the +4 in there for the?
No, I did not.
All right. So this is 28. It's a hit. It doesn't. Yeah. And vital strike. So,
weapon damage twice.
Yeah, you get weapon damage twice. Now, do you get the 4d6 twice, or is that already included in? That's what.
The weapon is 2d6 probably.
Oh, it's the weapon 2d6.
Yep. Right.
All right,
so 46.
So 28 points of damage.
It doesn't double the.
Yeah, no, this is the actual damage. Okay. Oh, man, he got hit hard. Bang! So just to show you his, I'll move him up so you guys can see his health bar again.
Less than half.
It's less than half. So he is down here. So this poor guy, he gets tackled off. And so in the space of literally 6 to 8 seconds, he's flying down here. He thinks he's got this paladin. The ground opens up. His Drake gets shot out from under him. Some dragon creature knocks him off of him, pins him down. The next thing you know, there's 75 guys coming over here with hammers and stabbing him with shit. And he's just like, what in the what? Everybody, apparently the fact that these two Drake riders are going out to kill you guys, apparently they failed. Is now what he's coming to the realization. So it is 11:15. We've gone past our deadline. I apologize for the short night tonight, but we will stop here and we will resume with A Team at this point, start of round 3, next Sunday night at 8 o'clock.
Okay. Les and Don's down for a second.
Okay.
Sounds great.
All right.
Night all.
Thanks, you guys. This is awesome. I love this kind of stuff when you guys put together these crazy plans. It's fantastic.
All right. See you
I
guys.
love it. I love it.
Night all.
Thanks again.
Everybody.
Bye.